Alright, so I'm here with another episode of RANTAMANIA. Let's get right into it. Start off with the first topic. The Shoot podcast, actually, it's a radio show, whatever the fuck it's called. Now, some guy put me on it, and then he bashed me just because I didn't talk about the topic of my video. Some of that was true. I did look like a retard and whatever. But I decided to tune into his video. I was talking with him on Twitter. I thought he said he would put my video on his show. He didn't. I don't know, some miscommunication or whatever. But I don't really care. But anyway, I tuned into his show on Sunday, I believe it was, and they're talking about stuff, and they're like, they always put guys who have YouTube channels on there, and they're like, oh, well, we could be like the YWC savers. Like, we could save people's YouTube shows which are bad. Like, he's like, if you ever watch on TV, like, Bar Rescue or Restaurant Impossible, or like the shows where some person comes in and helps somebody's business get back on track, that's what he was talking. He's like, oh, I'm that guy. I'm going to help these people who don't know what the fuck they're doing. So, he's talking like he's the best. He thinks he's like the best, and he thinks everybody else is below him. He's comparing himself to people like that John Taffer guy on Bar Rescue. And that really pisses me off. He thinks he's the best radio show on here. And then he puts somebody's radio show on his, or YouTube video on his show for the only reason of to bash him, to make him look cooler. So he bashes him because of the background in his video. That's why he bashes him. Because of the background in his video. He's like, oh, he's probably in his basement, and he's bashing his background. And then he's bashing like the video quality. And it's funny because you can't even see the guy in his radio show. So why even bash the video quality of somebody's video? So it's stupid what he's doing. He's just putting people on his radio show to fucking bash him. Why? Because, oh, they don't have an HD camera. He's like, oh, you could go out and buy an HD camera for $30. You even bash me for not having an HD camera. Why do you care if I have a fucking HD camera? I think this is good enough. You could fucking see me pretty fucking good. I'm not going to go spend, he said it was $30. I don't fucking believe a camera is $30. And it's very easy for me to upload videos on this. So I'm not going to go out and take time to buy an HD camera and take money. So, this is another guy, who thinks he's the best and whatever, and he's not. All right, I listened to his podcast or most of it. He talks a lot about like non-wrestling topics. I'm not a big fan of that. His name is the Shoot, which is like a wrestling term, and the time I listened to it, he talked very little about wrestling. So, not a big fan of his fucking podcast or whatever the fuck it's called. So yeah, that one's out of the way. Next one, remember the selfie that Jerry Lawler, Cole, and JBL took on fucking Raw? Didn't really mention it ever in my videos, so I thought it would be a good time. So they take the phone like this, and Jerry Lawler has it, takes a fucking picture of them. So it's like there's a fucking match going on. Do you want to watch the fucking match and commentate on the fucking match? Or are you just going to take pictures of yourselves and post them on fucking Twitter? It's pathetic. It's retarded. And they're like, oh, he's just trying to make fun of Obama. Why the fuck does Vince McMahon care about Obama? It's stupid. I'm sure Obama doesn't even fucking watch professional wrestling. So it was retarded pretty much. It's like, there's a match going on. Are you going to announce the match, or are you just going to keep taking selfies? Next one, Bo Dallas. Bo Dallas, if you watch NXT, he's the NXT champion. He's not that good, all right? He sucks, from what I have seen, unless he's saving his good moves or whatever. NXT is a good show. Check it out. Better than Raw, better than SmackDown. So, Adrian Neville is a guy who's very talented, does very athletic moves, does somersaults, does shooting star presses, standing shooting star press. Excuse me. Does this cool corkscrew shooting star press. He's got a bunch of fucking cool moves. He does backflips. He does a bunch of shit that's very awesome. And they choose to put the belt on Bo Dallas, the guy who the NXT crowd doesn't like, and the guy who's not that talented. Alright, enough said about that. Bo Dallas sucks. Adrian Neville's a really good wrestler. So, yeah, there you go. Next one. On WWE.com, they posted a bunch of sweater pics of the divas. And I'm sure a lot of people didn't see this, but it was retarded. Like they posted like the Eva Marie I saw, I think it was, and she's in this like sweater, and it's ugly sweater or whatever. Like that was the point of it, the ugly sweater. You know, aren't divas supposed to be there to fucking look at and lust over? You know, fucking look and say, oh, that person's very hot. But instead you got Eva Marie, or whoever, who's got a nice body. That's pretty much the only reason she's there. She's got a nice body. So you put her in the fucking pictures. They're posting pictures online of her in full clothing. There's very little skin showing, if any. And I know a lot of women might have bashed me for saying that the divas are too PG and cover up. You know, that's the point of the divas. That's like the second priority of the divas, or third. To have good looks. First one you look for is wrestling. I'd rather take a good wrestler than a hot one. Alright? And then promo skills is probably number 2, and then looks is number 3. But you should have good looks if you want to be a wrestler. And if they do have good looks, then show it. Alright? Expose it. Eva Marie's, the only reason she's there is because she's fucking hot. And they're not even gonna show her hot. Alright. Now I gotta find it on WWE.com. They posted something of the funniest moments of 2013. I gotta find it here. So I should have got this prepared beforehand, but too bad. You're gonna have to wait for like 30 seconds here until I find it. Here we go. The funniest moments of 2013. This depressing list. First one, we got Santino Marella. Remember, it was going against Heath Slater. And remember the Great Khali started playing the flute? they found that funny. Most of these are retarded moments, and this one is too. I don't know how in the hell you could find this moment funny. It was retarded. It was obviously unrealistic. You know, with WWE, you could expand your horizons, become a little bit more, you know, just let it be a little bit unrealistic. But this is too unrealistic, and this is just too retarded. Not funny at all. I'm not going to go over every one, but I'm going to go over a couple here. You got Kaylin versus Oksana. Don't really remember that. Titus O'Neil puking. That was one of the most retarded moments I think I've ever seen in my life. They blur out the puke with the fucking censor or whatever, and it's just stupid. The announcers are like fake laughing, just bad. Then Stephanie McMahon fires Vicky Guerrero. Not funny. It's not funny, alright? She's yelling or whatever. It's not funny. Bad News Barrett makes his debut. Mostly a bunch of retardation and stupidity. I mean, is this list of what the fans find funny, or is this just a list of what Vince McMahon finds funny? Stupid. Damian Sandow. Oh, this one was funny. Remember Damian Sandow singing the song? I clicked on it. Maybe it'll play. I got an iPad, so I don't know if it'll play. Here we go. It's not really playing. It's doing a fucking advertisement. But whatever. You know, that was funny. I've watched that over on YouTube a lot of times, and that was funny. He's like, Randy hears voices inside his head. You know, that was pretty funny. Probably one of the funniest moments of the year. There was very few funny moments. Let's see what else here. Oh, the giant swing to Santino Marella. That was the first time he did it. I don't know if that was funny, but it was cool. So I don't know why it's on here though. The Miz steals the moves of Fandango. Really? That's not funny. That's not funny at all. He was just imitating him, and it was a pretty shitty imitation. Remember that CM Skunk guy on SmackDown? That was a little bit funny. I laughed at that. That was a bit funny. So yeah, that's about it. There's a couple more on here that I can't really remember. But yeah, there's your Rantamania. Now WWE is nearing a close, so I figured I would make a couple top 10 videos, top 10 people in 2013, top 10 matches. So I'm gonna make a couple of those. So yeah, just gave you a little bit of updates. Again, follow me on Twitter at RuthlessRanter. I've been posting a few updates on there of what videos I'm gonna make, and so follow that. I post information about what kind of videos I'm gonna make, when I'm gonna make them. And if I tell you, oh, I'm gonna upload a video today or tomorrow, and I don't do it, then I will post something on my Ruthless Ranter account telling you why I couldn't or when I will do it. So yeah, and somebody, I also wanted to address something. Somebody recommended a video. They wanted me to talk about WWE wanting to refer to themselves as just WWE. I don't get what he's trying to say here, really, or where he found this. But he said WWE wants to be referred to as WWE, not World Wrestling Entertainment. But I don't really get what he's, what the point is of that. Of course they would want to be referred to as WWE. It's shorter to say. When you say, there's a lot of companies that go by acronyms. I can't really think of any off the top of my head. But I'm trying to think of one. But, World Wrestling Entertainment. It's like, oh, welcome to World Wrestling Entertainment, Monday Night Raw. It's just too much to say. WWE is a lot, it seems more professional. It seems better. So that's why I don't mean to be mean, but it's pretty obvious. Whoever, but all right. So there you go, people. There's my fucking Rantamania. If you want to recommend a topic or recommend a video, let me know on my Twitter or comment it below. So there you go, people.